That's Phil. And
Last week on Sailing
doing what he
MΑNUNU.
does the best. Having a yak. Oh, drama.
Oh dear.
First swim.
Oh, first swim. Black urchin. I've got to pee in this bucket. This guy's going to lend us.
Wow, so we've just done some provisioning. It's taken us 3 hours. Oh, there. Crikey.
That's that.
Part 1. Crate arrives tomorrow. Part 2.
Part 1.
This is our job for the afternoon, trying to find space to put it all.
Neither of us believe in just tiptoeing through life. We've taken the plunge, sold our house, sold our bus, and bought a catamaran. This is Phil. I'm Marie. And meet Olive, our 12-year-old black lab. We promise to keep you entertained along the way, and it would be amazing if you could join us on our journey, sailing MΑNUNU.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Morena. Welcome to MANUNU.
Well, hi there.
You're going to take us for a tour around the outside.
I will.
Come on then.
So just back just a tiny wee bit.
Right.
Oh, look at the first thing, which is, oh, yep.
The sup.
What's up? Oh, Joel, look at that. Bit manky.
So what is that?
So there's one on each side, so these steps lift up, and that's the 6-person life raft. Meow. So there's one on each side. So and also the hatch there is the access to the
Engine.
belts on the engine. So if you have to get at the engine, it's pretty cool.
We won't do the engine yet. We'll do the engine
No.
last.
Oh, MANUNU.
Yep.
MANUNU. Gun on the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the drop down screens, which are going to be a different colour at some stage. Eventually we'll get clears, so they actually come down there, and when it's when it's rainy, it's really good because it keeps the cockpit dry. It's really cool.
Yeah, and we thought we'd dye them the same colour as the sail bag.
Yep. Got the wee sunshade there. We'll probably do something that's slightly different at some
Yellow
stage.
sunshade. Yellow, of course, is the Tahiti Yacht Charter's colours.
Yep.
But anyway.
So we've got the davits for the dinghy. We've got the solar panels, running lights, and then of course the traveller for the boom across the back, and on each side you got 2 sailing seats. So yeah.
And that's our
Two-
our window to our bedroom.
Oh, the window to a bedroom, the den of iniquity. 2 winches for the spinnaker or jenica setup, and a winch there for the traveller, which is cool. We've got our sun thing, pad thing.
Nice,
Oh, look at
nice wide deck. So Olive's going to be absolutely fine walking
Boff.
around here.
And Boff.
And Buffy when he's on board.
So it's everything goes back to so you can sail it from the cockpit. You don't have to come forward all the time. So all the sheets and the halyards all come back to the cockpit. It's got this on the saloon roof. It's really cool. It's one of the few boats that has a water capturing system. So the roof's made, you can see it's got a rim all the way around it, and at the front there's 2 drains, and they either go into the water tanks
I'll
or
just get a
not.
bit closer so they can see.
Or not. So you let it rain for a few minutes and come out and just swirl any dust or salt, let the salt water go through, and then I'll show you later on there's a valve inside and you just flick it around and the water goes straight into the water tanks. So since we've been 2 weeks on mooring, we've filled the tanks once from a real heavy night's rain. So we've got 800 litres of water. So
Hang on, we'll just wait till this boat goes past because it's noisy.
Alana.
Right, continue.
Okay, got up front, got the tramp, single tramp, and the little seats in front as well. Fueling Genoa, which is brand new. Both the sails, the main sail and the Genoa, have never been used. They're both brand new, which is pretty cool. All new sheets, lines on it.
Hang on. Got to do this nice and slow.
And
So they're new sails.
yep, new sails. They bought them in 2020.
What brand sail are they?
Ostrom.
Ostrom.
Ostrom sails, which are really good sails. Yeah.
And so we have 1 Genoa and 1 mainsail at the moment.
Yeah. We've got no downwind sails. We haven't got a spinnaker, and we haven't got a screecher or a jenica. which
So
is,
it's on our list of things to get.
yeah, but not right up there. She'll
Jump across the trampoline.
She'll sail. She'll sail good without that.
And there's a wee seat up the front there as well.
Yep, 2 seats. And this is the anchor, so this is quite unique to the NAUTITECH. They had the anchor on one side. So in our boat we've got a generator on this side, which is quite weighty, and so what they've done is put because of that, to equal the weight, they've put the anchor locker on this side, and it also keeps it separate out of that locker, which we'll look at in a minute. So the anchor controls are in here. You still use a bridle, which you hook on, so you set your anchor down, put your bridle on, and then it just goes back to centre, because you've always got to anchor off the 2
We need to
points.
come away from there because the sun is on the...
Yep. We've got access here to both the little 4 peak cabins. So there's a 4 peak cabin on each side, which at the moment we're using for storage because we've moved everything out. But
We'll show you those on the
you'll see
inside.
later you can get into them. So that's a double. There's a double on each
And we'll
side.
show them when we go
Yeah.
inside. There's one on each side. And what's this here?
And this is the just the forward locker. So this is really a bit of a wet locker, because it does take a drain through there, so nothing in here that really you don't mind getting wet. At the moment we've got our wee seats in there. We've got
There are little sunset seats.
6 diesel cans in there. We've got extra rope, we've got our fenders, we've got an extra life raft in there, and also
So pretty much just storage.
and a spare anchor. Yeah, but it's wet storage. It can get wet, so you don't want anything in there that you don't want to get wet. Yep. Like fins and dive fins and things could all go in there. It's quite big though. But
And so this is quite a good area out here for lounging around and
there's
sunbathing.
heaps of area, and of course, being a hard top, you can walk all over the
Roof?
heaps of room.
Can't hear you because you're...
Heaps of room. You can walk over the top. There's
Yeah.
heaps of room.
Yeah.
Every surface on the outside you can stand on.
What's that there?
That's the power bank. The way
So we got one of these, didn't we?
really
And
good.
it charges our iPad up at night. So we decided we'll get one for each cabin for people's devices. Yeah.
And you just leave it out, and then that way you don't have to plug into 12 volt all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's not 12 at the moment. There's not 12 volt in each cabin. Down the side the same, so we've got the hatches for each of the bedrooms. If you ever look down there, it's actually quite a long way down. Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall down there. It's 2.6, 2.7 metres.
We'll take you down shortly.
Yeah, a long way down. So we've done all that now. So we've got the broom station.
The helm.
So the nav station, all the sheets come back to here, so you can sail the boat from here. All the winches are here. Got basic sailing instruments, your depth and wind speed, your wind direction, and then your autopilot there. So we're going to have the iPad that we'll use here. You'll see inside later on we've got a Garmin GPS as well, and the iPad, which are two separate systems, and then we've got a third system for backup, which is a laptop, and then we'll have a fourth, which is actually Ree's phone. So we'll have 4 separate systems that we can keep checking our location on. Got the engine controls on and off. You've got a manual compass.
Going to turn them off for the people? On, I mean.
That one. Boom. Push the button and you don't go into gear.
Like I did the other day?
Yep, we went around in circles on on the mooring. It's all good.
She's doing this bit.
So it's got twin 40 horsepower Yanmars.
They've got quite high. The Yanmars they've been well serviced.
Yeah, they're well serviced. They use them here. They use them all the time. So when they leave, if you do a quick pan over there, you can see all of THC's yachts over there. So they've got 24 yachts in at the moment. They're all stacked up and on the inside of the marina. So when they leave the marina, they motor, and they motor through and out through. There's a passage here and there's a passage there. I don't know if you can see in the distance just behind that yacht, but that's Bora Bora. So that's 22 nautical miles. They might actually, if they've got no wind, like there's not much wind this morning, they might motor there with their clients. So they use their motors a lot. The other thing with the motors is that the motors charge the batteries and run the fridge and the freezer off the batteries. So they had the motors on all the time. So their motors do, and as you know, with diesels, the worst thing is that they don't use them. So I think they're being maintained well. Bertrand, who's the TYC fleet manager, he says that he reckons they're good for 10 to 12,000 hours if they're well serviced. And well serviced, and they're used all the time, which these are. Worst thing for them is having them sitting around. We're going to do a little something with this, but we've got a wee canopy. You can see the nav station's pretty exposed. We knew that. We are going to do something with this to make it a little bit more weather
for New Zealand
weather friendly
conditions.
for New Zealand.
Yeah, this is okay for here, but not for New Zealand.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
So this side's the same. Put a rod holder on, and yeah, really good access down off here. You can see heaps of room. We sit here at night with our
sunset seats
with the sunset, and just sit there. It's really cool. Yeah, good handrails, and down into here. So we've got a drain and a bit of a storage area. At the moment we've got our dive gear in there.
Oh no, we're not. Here we are. They've gone to work. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm going to hold hands.
Well, I certainly didn't have anything in my pocket.
I hope that got us. Well, that gave me a good nose
clean out. Yeah, me too. Hit the nutsack. Gave me the nutsack blue.